reality genres, if we could say, that's become fairly popular this last television season deals with making a person over. I think one of them was called Extreme Makeover. Is that what it was called? Where they would, bring somebody in. They weren't quite a swan. And these would be people who would want, at least not a mature swan yet, and they would want certain changes in their face or their body or whatever, and you'd have this before picture and this after picture, and what little snippets I saw, generally speaking, all I wanted to do was to see the last 3 minutes with the side-by-sides. Isn't that where you are? If you were going to watch it, all you wanted to do was to see that last 3 minutes with the side-by-side before and afters. And then I think there was another one called The Swan, where they had the kind of not only an extreme makeover, but then they had a beauty contest attached with it. And of course, in reading, I see they have now they've got a regular television show that is more fantasy, but very vulgar, called Nip and Tuck, about a couple of plastic surgeons who, work on people and all the complications of it. But culture is just obsessed with wanting to change. And we need to be reminded of this. God doesn't make junk, And we are all created in His image, and various cultures determine what is quote-unquote beautiful or lovely or desirable. And of course, it's a huge multi-billion-dollar business in the United States, but not even compared to Latin American countries and others where, children at 12, 13, 14, 15, so on and so forth, are having, extreme makeovers because they just don't like what they see in the mirror. Now, I just thought I'd put up, for interest's sake, what are some of the basic cost factors of some of these things. I don't know that they have done that, but, average facelift, I see in my research, is about $11,000. Now, if you do the face, you got to do the neck, don't you? So now you're into about $16,000. This is like getting a new couch in the house, right, men? You never just get a new couch. Then you got to have the ottoman, you got to have the lazy boy. Then it's all looking so new, but the carpet's looking old. And then there's the paint on the walls, and oh my gosh, can you believe what those curtains look like now? So it's kind of that syndrome that you get into. And of course, you can't neglect the eyelids then. And very often when you have these kinds of things, you need to have a little bit of a nose augment. And of course, who wants to have floppy ears after all of this? So you got to add another $4,000. I was reading the other day, they got package plans. And I think this is just really going too far. But they are marketing package plans for women who are pregnant and after they have the child. You know how it was in the old days. You'd struggle for 6 months to whatever, exercise, eat right, so on and so forth, to bring your body back to where it was before. Now, for $29,999, they will do it all for you surgically without any work involved. Isn't that great? But, of course, if you're going to be looking good up, you got to do something below, a little stomach tuck maybe. a little liposuction. And of course, none of these things are what we would call health concerns or health issues. There are, things that we need to do for our good health, but these are all cosmetic. And of course, if you're going to do the stomach, you got to do the thighs. And then, of course, who wants to have flabby arms? And, if you get all of that done, you're ready for the beach. But you're not ready for the beach unless you do your knees, right? So, fortunately, ankles are usually fairly lifetime, and toes are lifetime guaranteed. Part of creative order. Now, of course, you got all this stuff tightened up now, but you need to make it look nice and smooth. So generally, they recommend a little laser skin treatment to, soften things up. And, of course, there are those different veins that pop out over time. And so you got, $2,400 there. And you would probably want to remove any moles that you might have. So that's about $1,600. And you throw on the tax, $66. And a complete, now please don't be shocked when you see this, but the complete makeover is about $66,666 for a complete job. And of course, that's what they're marketing today. And it is all built on the dissatisfaction that has been created in culture, the dissatisfaction with our appearance. And this has been just